Back again, another live stream broadcast, podcast, or whatever that is. So basically, I'm in the intentional weekly scheduled free time, perhaps, even though it's basically longer than usual, since it was actually started earlier for around almost 2 hours earlier, even though I basically tried to do the things that I must do first and also do some natural call as well. And then I basically try to do the good behavior recording as usual for almost 30 minutes, even though it's actually not that long. But yeah, I basically try to reduce the speed of my voice, perhaps, so that's the reason why it basically longer than what I usually do, perhaps. I'm not sure. So basically, the iPhone battery is already reached 84%, so I'm not sure whether I'm able to do until around 15 minutes or not, because I basically don't have anything to say as well. Because for some reason, if you basically try to do over and over again every day, it's still not enough for me to do another topic, perhaps, even though yeah, I basically wanted to explain it in several episodes previously, but I always forgot about it. So that's right now I already remember, because I actually tried to note it on the weekend note that I usually write, even though it's technically written in the end of the week. So yeah, and I basically try to update it occasionally if I suddenly remember about something that I haven't write before in the notes on my iPhone, obviously, because yeah, I used to record every dreams or every time that I basically do a bad behavior. But right now, if you know, I just recently do that again after preventing for several days. I tried not to record it because, yeah, I basically, it's been a while that I basically didn't remember what I have been dream of. Maybe because I don't have many things to say or many things to think about, so that's the reason why the dreams is just totally random in terms of its appearance, since I basically try to suppress any kind of desire, and I don't know how long that I basically need to do this, because for some reason, if I actually got the same or similar income over and over again, I basically need to reduce the my expense as much as possible in order to be pretty much equal to some of my close friends, perhaps, which some of them are have a bigger salary than me. So that's the reason why. But at some point, it definitely makes me wonder, and whether it is going to be worth it or not, because at some point, if I basically try to not doing anything, I basically unintentionally or indirectly make me not like it anymore. Even though, yeah, it's basically, if I ever got some additional income, I definitely will able to like it again, because yeah, it is pretty easy to change people's life standard, perhaps, or way of life very easily when they suddenly have so much resources to use. But it's very hard to turn them back into a normal or lower life standard or way of life when they basically didn't have the same resources anymore. So it's basically like when people suddenly got something that they never expected before. Even though, yeah, we always must be ready for anything in the future, and all of the things that we currently had, we still must be grateful of, because there always be something that we can be grateful, because there's still a lot of things that we didn't grateful yet. So yeah, that's the reason why being patient and try to do as best as you can for a better future is the things that I always try to say in every episode of my podcast. So that's the reason why. And so the things that I basically wanted to explain in the first place is not actually this, but it is actually the things related to the business or businesses that you, that I don't know whether I basically wanted to start or not, because at the end of the year some of my friends probably will come back from abroad after pursuing their goals for several years, but I don't know whether they will settle in the same place like me again, or it is gonna be just a temporary and they basically come back abroad for pursuing their own life path. But the thing is, it's basically not really matters. It's because at some point, if you basically wanted to fulfill your dreams in terms of businesses, you basically need to do it on your own, because at some point, if you basically try to wait for other people's, it will definitely never happen, because yeah, at some point there will always be something that I don't know makes that not pretty interesting perhaps, because yeah, in terms of small businesses, very small businesses, when you just start, it's definitely will not give you enough to do for a living. But yeah, the something that's basically make you satisfied is not always something that have to be very productive, immediately very productive, because yeah, that's kind of thing is pretty much impossible, because yeah, we are basically try to reduce our stake as much as possible in order to not regret if something goes wrong with the businesses. So yeah, besides that, businesses is also are also kind of like disrupting other current or previously created businesses, which may not really a good thing if we basically think that we we still consider those businesses as a side hustle or side job that we had. But on the other hand, the other peoples who basically got disrupted may be the only change for them to do for a living. So yeah, at some point I'm actually wanted to do businesses to target people who basically very fortunate. So that's the reason. So in order to prevent the disruption into other small same businesses, but yeah, it's just pretty hard, because the easiest business is still the one that already available right now, and probably pretty easy to disrupt one another. So yeah, I don't know. So unless you're trying to do businesses from without any stake, like from creating the content like this, yeah, it's definitely only disrupting the other people who basically create the content as well. But yeah, they basically, we always need to be ready if we basically live in the content creator worlds, because yeah, it's just pretty easy to go up and down, and yeah, we basically need to be very good at managing our resources that we already got from those main job of tasks. So that's the reason why. And yeah, I think I will try to stop the stream because it's already 80%.